I said, I want to know. No, I did not get pegged. No, I did not get. Any, there was no anal. There was no nothing. I said, I want to know what a dick tastes like. I never told Austin this part.
What?
And she's like,
You didn't tell me this.
she's like, all right, go for it.
What? You didn't tell me this.
Ask Slick, it's true. I called Slick first.
Why didn't you tell me this?
So I tried it.
Oh my God! What?
And then,
really?
Chat, it tastes like an avocado. And then that was
No,
it.
it doesn't. It tastes like skin. What are you talking about? It doesn't taste like avocado? What are you talking about?
And then I gave her head. No, I didn't do that. I just licked her dick. So I tried it, and I was like, you know what? This is something Soda would do. So I legitimately did try it, and she's...
Chick who didn't know him came over and brought her home and blew her after she said she had a cock. It's a fake story. Wait, this is not a real
like,
story?
Is that all you wanted to try? I'm like, yeah, I'm done. So I then drove her home, which was about a 30-minute... I said...
So I can't tell. So what is it? Is it like a fake story, or is it actually that Mizkif like hooked up with a trans girl, like a pre-op trans girl, basically? But not only that, this all happened while Miz was trying to get what? My main Trump Panda TKS unbanned. Dude, what the fuck is the worst way to try to fucking get unbanned, bro? By trying to bait me in the middle of me trying to fucking understand more information. Wait, isn't there like, I feel like I've heard this story from Trainwrecks. He went on like for 20 minutes about it. No shot, he faked it. She, they, penis got me acting unwise. So he said he's in the past, he's in the Fuda. Just call him, Chad and Elizabeth, for being cringe about it. I remember Trainwrecks' story where he like talked about hooking up with a trans girl, and then he said that she had like balls or something when he went down to finger her, right? Listen, some women got peepees, okay? Some women got girl dick, you know? Good for him for, you know, giving it a little taste, if it's real or not. I don't even fucking know, because it's fucking Mizkif. So I don't know. When you fetishize trans women so much, you call them a literal hentai tag. He didn't stop talking about it. I learned yesterday you're not supposed to use futa, I think. Not sure if it's correct. I don't know, I guess. It's true. Miz has been baiting for like 3 weeks. It's fake, dude. You know Miz? Dude, this is so confusing. I mean, I hope it's not fake. I don't know if it's fake, but he says she was someone everyone wanted to get with, got with her, they made out, then they went downstairs. Mizkif didn't feel it, but the girl told him she's pre-op. Mizkif said he don't care that he's into her. And no, this doesn't make Mizkif bi, for the record. I know this is like confusing for a lot of people, but like, it's not like this was a dude. You know what I mean? It's not like Mizkif was like, this is a dude with a penis, and I know this is a dude who also has a penis. Mizkif was like, this is a woman. And then she turned out to be trans, like a trans woman. And he was like, yeah, I'll try it out. That doesn't make him bi. That needs to realize that this is big. Miz doesn't have the community we have here. No, but like, I mean, to be fair, like Mizkif's community is not, out of all the bigger communities on Twitch, Mizkif's community is not as bad as it once was at all. It probably doesn't even look. It probably doesn't even look like the OG Mizkif community when he was growing. You even see his like, other than like a couple fucking weirdos on LSF or a couple weirdos on fucking Twitter, Mizkids are actually pretty nice for the most part. They're not like the feminine penis is softer. I don't know. I would not know. It's not a real story. Ice and Train told the story all the time. It's not a real story. You, me, pre-op, clit, right? Like, please. What? More to the story where he said he doesn't care.
Well, what? Never mind. Well,
So then she asked me, and she says, she feels horrible because she's like, I should have told you at first. I shouldn't lie to you like this. You should have known, and I feel like a horrible human being. She's like, I've never done this before. I didn't tell somebody. I feel like shit. And I told her. I said, I didn't mind.
That's, I
She's
mean,
like, what do you mean? I'm like,
if it's there's a video of Ice Poseidon telling the story verbatim. That's kind of, I don't think he would be dumb enough to fucking literally carbon copy an Ice Poseidon story and retell it at this stage in his fucking career. Like, I feel like that's really stupid. He can't be that fucking stupid, right? That's like, what is he trying to get fucking canceled? Like, I don't understand. There's not a single female in the room for content. You sure? Are you telling me there's more than one trans woman? Of course there's more than one trans woman, but if it's the same story of a dude who he used to fucking do camera work for, no shot. I don't think Mizkif likes being associated with Ice Poseidon at all. I don't think he would like go out of his way to like literally retell Ice Poseidon stories when, especially at a time when he has like 30, 40, 50,000 people watching him. You know what I mean? That'd be crazy. LSF ruining another stream. I mean, LSF is not ruining another stream. The stream would have ended literally half a fucking hour ago if it wasn't for LSF. So
I really didn't care. Like, I was like, you know what? It was an experience that I tried it, and I did it. And I legitimately did jerk off a girl. I'm like, and you know what? It happened. It is what it is. I didn't really care. And I'm like, I still think you're hot. I told her that. She's like,
so a friend of mine's in the futa, so is he gay? Should he tell his girlfriend about his fetish? What? I don't know, man. I don't, like, no, probably not. I don't think, is it? I don't think so. I don't even know what futa is. Isn't it like anime women with like dicks? Also, what the fuck? What do you mean tell your friend it's a fetish or whatever the fuck? You're a bad friend if that's the case. Someone is like telling you what they like and you're just gonna, please stop talking about this? Dude, like, calm down, okay? Fucking calm down. Like, cool it. All right? Chill the fuck out. Why is it so funny, the joke about having sex with a trans woman? I don't think it's a joke. What I like? Remind chatters that this is a left community. Trans rights are a daily fight for us, not just LSF. As to why we're talking about this? Yeah. Half the people are like fucking upset that he's talking about this. And then the other half are like excited that he's talking about this, kind of, where it's like, I mean, this is, being open, being honest. I mean, as a big content creator, that's like not a bad It's not like a bad thing. If it's a real story and this is like, these are real events that happened and he's just explaining it, like that's not a bad thing. And his community is a gigantic community that's like supportive of that shit. And he wasn't being weird about it at all. Like, how the fuck are you going to look at something like that and then be like, this is fucking bad. Fuck you. How dare you talk about this? It doesn't seem like it's a bad thing, but if it's a joke, then it's fucked up for sure. Like if it's a fake story and he's just like doing it for content, then it's kind of fucked up. He also said they were wearing a thong. Mrs. Dick must have been a shirt button sag. This is the exact same story Train used to tell and Ice. Ice also sucked Greek's dick before, so it's not like he's done these things. What? I'm not going to click on this because obviously Ice Poseidon is super mega banned. But I don't think Mizkif is dumb enough to fucking tell a fake story like this, especially one that like he ripped from Ice Poseidon or something. He said he asked her permission to tell the story. Futa is a fetish of trans women, and saying pre-op trans women or futa is one, super creepy, and two, they are still women pre-op or post-op, so it's straight. Fetishization of trans women is really the gross part. I like it. I like if it's a real story and it's chilling. That's amazing. If it's a joke, it's fucked. Sorry if this reads badly. I'm stupid. Much love. No, that's literally what I said as well. Like if it's a real story, then that's fucking awesome. That's like very chill. And some of you motherfuckers are super spoiled being in this community and thinking that like forgetting how the internet is, especially Twitch. He was being weird about it. It's literally a story about a trans person's genitals and everyone's saying he's lying. Hassan, please be better than this. I thought trans/MBs were safe here. Nebula Nixie, if you think that like, if this is a real story about a large content creator being open about hooking up with a pre-op trans girl and like, and saying that it's normal and chill and that he was like very casual and he wasn't weird about it at all. And you think that that's a bad thing? Or you think that like, you know, discussing it openly and he was being fine about it. Discussing that openly is not a bad thing at all. If he's lying about it because it's Mizkif and a lot of people think he lies about shit all the time, then yeah, it is fucking weird and bad. Pre-op isn't a thing, by the way. Okay, I don't know how to describe it then. Why the fuck are you getting... Okay, I will not say pre-op going forward. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to say after, okay? How would you designate it? How would you designate someone who has not had bottom surgery, okay? How would you designate someone who hasn't had bottom surgery but has had top surgery, for example? I know that it's not supposed to be like gender transformation surgery anymore. It's called gender confirmation. But how would you fucking... Dude, listen. We've talked about this before, okay? We've talked about this a million times before. 99% of the online trans community does not agree on its own fucking rule sets, okay? So it is like, you know, figure it out and then come and be like, this is the rule set. And if it changes, then it changes, okay? But you can't come in here and be like, dude, that's bad. I can't believe you're saying that, without like offering what it's actually called. You know what I mean? Or what it's called now. You don't have to have bottom surgery. Literally no one said you have to. But how would you designate it? Low-key, you're just inviting chat to flex their wokeness? Called them pre-op LMFAO from a trans person? Yeah, I just like don't understand. What if they don't want to get bottom surgery? Maybe just call them trans and nix the pre-op? No, but that's not what we're talking about. And also, they're still a woman. It doesn't fucking matter if they're pre-op or not. Like, they're still a fucking woman. Dumbass. That's not what I'm saying. But, like, categorizing certain things are fine. It's about whether or not that categorization is inviting hatred. Okay? Jesus Christ, listening to you talk about trans people is a fucking mess. Oh my god. Oh. Bro, just call Mizkif? Yeah, right, dude. Calling him right now when people are fucking heated at me, a person that they know who's not transphobic, in a community that they know is not transphobic. It like, chat is fucking lighting up right now. You think that's going to be a good and healthy conversation? Get the fuck out of here. What I'm going to do instead is probably call him after streaming and figure it out. There are trans chatters in here upset at a term that other trans chatters use, okay, on a regular basis. So, like, I get why, you know, tensions rise and people get heated and they get upset and stuff like that. Miz is probably going to say that you're farming. That's absolutely not what I'm doing. That's why I'm going to call him after I stream. If I was farming, I would call him during. Trans woman here, you're right. These people are being fucking weird. Pre/post op isn't describing an identity. It's describing an operation. It ain't that hard. People understand. You have to be able to talk about things somehow. Trans perspective, this stuff is always going to hit a lot of trans folks' traumas and bad life experiences, and that colors the response. For me personally, you're totally fine, but understand you definitely won't be able to please everyone here, and that's okay. No, I know that already. I know that already. We have like we've had conversations like this before, many times, where there's always people that have different perspectives, and it's a very personal matter, and it leads to maybe even some people thinking that like a place that they designate as a safer than average place for themselves is no longer as safe as they thought it was, right? So people get mad. So I totally understand where people are coming from. But conversations like this happen on the stream, and it happens in a way healthier way than every other fucking space that you're ever going to go to on the internet, unless it's like a very tiny fucking space. Okay? So it's important to have conversations like this, but ultimately, if this is a real story, then it's not a bad thing. Please, dude, you can just say trans woman with a dick. It's not that bad to specify why a trans woman has a dick. I personally don't care about being called pre-op, but I get why other trans women do and try to respect them too. Okay. I mean, it's not like I was fucking misgendering this person or something, or anyone was for that matter. Why does it sound like the Discord convo again? Because every fucking leftist space that wants to be as nice as possible and wants to be as accommodating as possible is ultimately going to always get reduced to whoever the loudest, most marginalized person and their fucking expectations are, which is precisely why I usually pump the brakes when things like that happen and explain to people that this is not actually going to be a safe space that is going to abide by all of your expectations. This is like when people got mad at you dead naming when describing what dead naming is. There needs to be a way about to talk about this stuff. I know. It's like, I'm a non-op trans woman. That's what you would call it. Trans people are different. Not every one of them use the same terms. That's okay. If you're trans, don't use a certain term. That's you. Don't try to get on someone who isn't trans for not agreeing with your trans identity. Hasan has had some bad takes in the past. White chocolate. But what the fuck is Chad doing? Pretending he's some kind of trans enemy? No, I don't think people are pretending I'm some kind of trans enemy. But there's always like, there's always going to be people that are new, okay? There's always people that are new in the community, and when they're new, and especially if they're like, especially if they're a trans person and they're new here and they don't fucking know the vibes, and overall they like have seen me defend trans rights, and then all of a sudden they hear me say a term that they consider to be unacceptable, that like other trans people that I talk to on a fucking daily basis don't, for example, their automatic assumption. Your automatic assumption, if you're this person that I'm talking about, should not be, And going forward in the future, it's hard to fucking say that to someone who has been oppressed non-fucking stop. And you might not take this at all, and you might not take this kindly at all. But in this fucking community, if I say some shit like that you are not comfortable with, immediately jumping on and being like, you're a fucking, you're being transphobic or whatever the fuck is probably a quick way to get you banned. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, straight up. Because, we learn shit here. And a lot of people have learned a lot of new things here as a consequence of me being at least a little bit more open-minded than other left spaces that immediately shut off and say, no, get the fuck out of here. There's a level, okay? There's a level of transphobia that's unacceptable, okay? Purposely misgendering someone, purposely dead-naming someone. These sorts of things that's it. Like, you're fucking out, okay? You want the smoke, you'll get the smoke. But if it's like literally fucking third tier trans meta, then yeah, people are not going to be aware of it, especially because sometimes it's literally shit that like you and your friends are on board with, but like other trans people that are activists and shit are not, or haven't heard about it, or haven't fucking gotten together, and the trans elders have not decided that is like the new meta. Okay, chill the fuck out. Jesus Christ. Like, just because it's like valid in your space does not mean that it's like something that everyone else is aware of, okay? Transphobia stops and ends with misgendering, I guess. Like, this person is a piece of shit. Like, I'm gonna ban this person, okay? Transphobia does not stop and end with misgendering, dumbass. Okay? Shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch. That's not what I'm stating at all, you dumb fuck. Listen, this is not a place for you. It's just not, okay? It's just not. It's not. There is going to be people that are here and willing to learn. And there are a lot more people that are here and willing to learn than people like yourself who are like, I think that's unacceptable. Okay, then it's not for you. Okay? I'll make your exit easier for you. Like, that's so stupid, dude. It's so fucking disrespectful. It's so stupid. Like, I get constantly feeling like you're under attack. Okay? I understand it. Like, I can never understand it as well as you understand it, because your existence is questioned every single fucking place you go to. Okay? Every single place you go to, your existence is questioned. This is not one of those places. So, but it's also not a place where there's not going to be... It's also not a place where there's not going to fucking be a little bit of transphobia. You yourself very likely had internalized transphobia if you are a trans person not that fucking long ago, because of how rigid the gender binary is and how personal people feel about their gender, because it's just social conditioning. You recognize that we live in a fucking a transphobic society, okay? You're going to catch a little bit of that. It happens. Sudden bad take. No, that's not a fucking bad take. I said it earlier today as well while we were talking about Dave Chappelle. It happens, but like that is a path towards educating others. And like, you yourself are no longer transphobic. You yourself are trans. I don't have, like, I want you to feel safe and I want you to enjoy the memes and whatnot. But also, I'm more concerned with trying to educate motherfuckers who otherwise would be like transphobic because they've never approached the conversation from an interlocutor that looks like them, okay, that sounds like them, that they're going to listen to. It's literally just me using my privilege as a cishet person to try to describe certain things to people that would otherwise not listen to them. And they're not going to die. They're not going to fucking go away. They're going to keep being transphobic if no one fucking approaches them, meets them where they're at, and tries to describe to them what the situation looks like. That's the unfortunate fucking reality. So you have two options. Either you can fucking complain and try to fire one off at me and like feel really good for a brief moment, feel heard for a brief moment. Maybe you might even get some fucking other haters on board with your take. But ultimately, like, what do you think? You're going to fucking, what? What do you think? You're gonna fucking get me to stop? Like, I'm not. You have to meet people. You have to meet people where they're at, okay? And I understand that not every single person has the capacity to be able to do that, especially because, you know, if your humanity is being called to question on a daily basis, then yeah, I understand why you would feel like you have, you know, like you have to have your guard up. But you're using trans women as an anecdotal example in Mrs. Story. You're belittling the actual feelings of trans people about their perceptions in society. Wait, what? Using them as an anecdotal example in Mizkif Story. What? I don't even understand what that was. What? I think it just feels weird that the point of the story was that the girl had a penis. If it's the format of transphobic jokes or the punchline is a little too close to comfort. I mean, dude, I didn't see the whole fucking story, but ultimately, like, there's no way to discuss this then. You know what I mean? Like, you have a dude who's not like an overtly political person who is explaining their personal experience after already getting consent from a trans person that was involved in the story, that is like describing it to 55,000 people in the most open-minded way possible. And y'all are fucking mad. Like, I don't know. If it's a real story, then it's... If it's a real experience that Mizkif had, then that's not a bad thing at all. What the fuck? That's crazy. That's actually a really good thing. Like, what? Dude, we're... A community that would have normally been making attack helicopter memes is like... This is the only community where most likely fake Mizkif story leads to a 30-minute stun log at the end of an 8-hour stream. I'm just saying, like, that's bananas. That we're having this conversation where like a person describing their personal experience in a community that would like 5-6 years ago be making like straight up the most transphobic fucking jokes, okay, is now like open-minded and welcoming and understanding. That's fucking progress from where I'm standing. More like the whole point of the story is like I had sex with a trans girl. Like, it sucks to us that that's the story, I guess. It's no one's fault, really. I mean, but he's not even making a joke. How? Hardly. I think this trans girl wanted some huge streamer to talk about her sex life to thousands of strangers. Really? So you also don't believe him. Okay, got it. Okay. I mean, that's fine. So you also don't... that's where you're coming from. Where you just, like, don't think that it's real at all. And he just... I've had that conversation with straight men that Mizkif is describing. This is the most meet guys where they are way that Miz could have told the story. I have heard so much worse from woke cis men. Miz unironically did a good job here. Yeah. He's like bragging almost. As a trans viewer, I thought it was kind of awesome. It's humanizing to be included, and I prefer this than being someone's dirty secret they can't share without facing ridicule. Yeah, I think like... I mean, that's what I felt too. I think without discussing with a trans person, the discussion calling them pre-op is rude. Honestly, it's easier to be descriptive than use pre-op. Okay, I fucked up. Okay, I'm a transphobic person. Please, I got it. Okay, I will never say pre-op ever again. I did not know. Please, you're still literally 3 stun locks deep in a conversation that we've moved beyond because you don't want to have the... This is not about being productive for you at all. This is just about having your voice be heard. You want to be centered here, okay? Here, I centered you front and center, okay? I'm so sorry. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God, dude. As a trans person above 25, this is making me cackle. I mean, yeah, okay, well... 75-year-old trans women in the UK also like being called transsexual. A lot of things have changed, and it changes at a rapid clip. But I think that it's a good step towards normalization. I think it's not like a bad thing. He himself said the trans person said they were pre-op themselves. So, like, people, once again, fucking jumping. And yeah, chat, do not harass the person that I fucking called out, okay? It's the most annoying thing you guys do. Especially because this is my chat. You know I can fucking call you out at any given moment, too. And you don't want to get fucking brigaded in the same way. We use pre-op in the medical field. I don't understand what's happening. Don't worry about it. I think someone like Mizkif even knowing what pre-op means or using the term pre-op implies that like the trans person probably used it. The fuck does Mizkif know about pre-op? Like people, again, you get so lost in Discord and like all of these fucking woke circles that we create on the internet that you forget like what the normal, like just fucking normie position is on this shit, okay? The normie, the Norman, okay? And I'm not saying trans people are abnormal, so don't fucking put that word in my mouth either. But the Norman individual has never considered this, okay? Just like literally, please, fucking just chill out, okay? Like, imagine thinking like, well, Mizkif definitely put a lot of thought. Like, he probably, this is the first time he probably heard that fucking term, dude, okay? Most people don't know anything about trans people. Then every conversation around trans people is like this. Yeah, that's actually that's the funniest part about this is that the only spaces where people openly talk about trans rights or trans advocacy turn into this fucking thing every time, okay? Meanwhile, there's only two speeds. Either we're having a fucking nonstop, like endless fucking sequence of a shit fire, okay? Where everyone is fucking yelling at one another because like you use the terminology and you've already like, you have a lot of baggage, understandably, that you are bringing to every fucking conversation, understandably, but still, Jesus fucking Christ, okay? And then the other position for like the 90% of the planet, other than the only spaces where we have these sorts of conversations is like, is incredibly transphobic if it even ever gets brought up at all. So holy fuck, dude. What the fuck? Just like chill. Especially because this is like a half Norman area as well, okay? There's a lot of people who are completely oblivious to this stuff. His response, people saying it was fake.
I swear, it makes no sense. All right, live surveillance. Listen, you're just a bunch of dumbasses. I cannot tell you if
Of course, Mizkif's chat was less of a dumpster fire than this because they were just like, imagine what kind of effect this has on the fence sitters. Yeah, it just like fucking is annoying. I think you need to do a normie hour for chat sometimes soon and teach them what motherfuckers don't understand, kind of like the theory hour, but possibly more necessary for most of your chat. Like, this is not a safe space. It's not. I mean, it's significantly more safe than like 99% of other spaces. But if your expectation is like, all people in the chat have to do is be kind and respectful to others, change the perfect vocabulary, is a futile rabbit hole when the trans community themselves don't agree on some terminology. No, that's the point. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to say. And you know, you're just like, you're making it worse for yourself if you do this. If you're a trans person and you're like, I'm going to get fucking mad right now and I'm going to fucking... If you think trans advocacy is just saying the right words and phrases, you've missed the point. Like, if you're this person, or, I mean, I guess this person could be going either way. I don't know. But... Comrade Grace, can you please shut the fuck up and move on this conversation? Some of the chats being transphobic is really fucking pissing me off. Point to them and we'll fucking ban them. What do you mean? Like, I have like straight up fucking snipers. What the fuck are you talking about? Trained on every single person in the chat. Dude, like 40% of our banned chatters are banned for transphobia. What do you mean? And you might say, wow, that's a lot of transphobes. Well, it's also, this community is one of the only fucking communities that actually bans transphobes and talks about transphobia and you know, trans people in general. That's why there's so many people that we ban for transphobia. Not that easy to agree with who to ban when people in the chat don't agree with what we're trying to say is transphobic. Oh, that's also true. Okay. I'm trans and I would like to watch another episode of MasterChef. That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna end it right now. Okay. You tired of the Twitter folks you invested in yet? Hey, dumbass. Okay, let me explain something to you. Okay, I care about these people's experiences. Okay, it's not just like a fucking fun little game to make money. If that was the case, I would just be like every other fucking jackass in the political space and make a fuckload of money while also simultaneously not giving a single shit about the same people that I advocate for yelling at me and jumping down my fucking throat every goddamn day. It's about unconditionally being on the side of what you personally think is the right thing to do, okay? I know that that's more of a self-report on you than anything else because you're basically saying, hey, I only care about these things from an aesthetic point of view. I only care about people as far as they can, like, you know, push me to a certain point. But if that was my goal, I could just as easily, if not significantly more easily, make a fuckload more money while also not getting clapped up by the very same people who I advocate for on a daily fucking basis. I have a view. I have a method. I have an understanding of how to change people's perspectives. I think it's pretty fucking successful. It's, if anything, it's probably more successful than like 90% of the rest of the fucking progressive people who, for one reason or the other, sometimes fall short of being able to change people's minds. So shut the fuck up, you dumb, silly, self-reporting, vulturous little bitch. Okay? It's not about investing in a fucking crowd of people. Who the fuck wakes up and goes, man, I'm going to invest in being pro-trans today. That'll really fucking, you know, push me over the limit. Even if you look at it from the point of view of like how many trans people exist, regardless of like, you know, transphobia and whatnot, what am I fucking going after? Like what, 1% of the population? 10% of the population? Why the fuck would I do that? Like that's so stupid to be like, I'm only, even if I were to look at people like just percentages and numbers, why would I invest in a group of people that are, one, shit on by everyone else, and it's like super easy to just fucking it's super easy to just like do that and have everyone go, you're right, King, thank you for fucking you know, repeating how we feel. That's right, thank God. Why would I just go around and be like, all right, I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna defend 2% of the population? Idiot. The only part I think is always weird is that you choose to read people saying overcorrective shit and make your content about yelling at them instead of staying on message. That's not true. I do stay on message, and a part of that message also is people that are doing it overcorrective shit. If you perhaps considered that part of that message is also not being over fucking corrective in times of education and learning. No, because you're that overcorrective dickhead too. Okay? That's the problem. But no, none of us want to engage in reflection at all, dude. Okay? As leftists, we all believe that, like, you know, we have the most moral approach, and that's understandable, and we're progressive, and we're empathetic, and then we never fucking, you know, and we never want to, God forbid, think that, like, maybe we're engaging in a way in this conversation where perhaps maybe we just want to center ourselves in the conversation. You know what I mean? It's something that a lot of people do all the time. It's just like sucks, but it's frustrating. True, that leftist ideas are based in raising the common person, yet leftists don't have the ability to speak to anyone who isn't chronically online and is college educated. You can't start a grassroots movement. Semantics. Exactly. But you know what you can start a grassroots movement with? Watching fucking shitty reality television, okay? Because everybody likes watching shitty reality television. Focusing on things that unite us. That's a good way to fucking instill a little bit of fucking, I don't know, instill some positive feelings in people that would normally never approach political content at all, and then slowly but surely educating them on my fucking worldview. Okay. And before you know it, they are realizing that we agree on a lot more. But some of you are fucking boring, okay? Sorry. Some of you are boring. Some of you fucking suck. Some of you, unfortunately, are annoying little shits who can't shut the fuck up and constantly find ways to fucking criticize every little thing. Me. This is you, okay? Sorry, it's just the fucking truth. Leftists are joy kills. Leftists straight up can't shut the fuck up. Leftists are deeply academic. Leftists love fucking engaging in some of the most like insane tier 3 conversations when we're trying to have a conversation at level 1 to try to get people into a fucking like a base level of understanding. So shut the fuck up and let me do what I'm doing, because clearly what I'm doing is right and what you're doing is nothing, okay? What you're doing is wrong and fucking annoying. This is why I ban people that are overly critical all the goddamn time. If I listened to you motherfuckers who have been in here for 30, 40 months, okay? And you know who you are. Some of you have changed your perspective on this. But if I listened to this community when I had fucking 30 people in here, I would have been a 30-person streamer, okay? That's just the reality. I mean, ask Lake McGroove. He's been there. Ask Blue Light. They've been there. 37-month subscriber. There are people in here who have been in here when I had fucking 30 people in here. And back then, when I had 30 people in here and I went up to 100 people, there were motherfuckers saying, we need to ban the rest of these people. What the fuck? These people are being inappropriate. They're hurting my fucking feelings. Okay? They're being unacceptably offensive. When I had 100 people and then I went up to 500 people, the same 100 people that then changed their minds were turning around and saying, you need to fucking ban the new 400 people that just came in here. What's up, DeFranco Games? Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Sexy Phil himself, dude. Taco Damn, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. What the fuck's going on? Okay? Same thing happens over and over and over again, okay? People that want to fucking yell about it, and they want to keep the community as insulated as possible. They want to fucking keep it going in the same way that they want the community to be, but it's not your community, it's mine, okay? I mean, this is your community just as much as it's mine, but still, I have to guide the ship. So you have to understand that, okay? It is so frustrating, especially for people who I think agree with me, and like, it always happens. All community drama stems from this stuff. It is by far the most annoying thing this community does. It happens, and it's going to keep happening. It happens every time this community grows, okay? Like, it happens every time this community grows. And then motherfuckers take it for granted. They're like, oh, I can't believe there's a community with like 30,000, 40,000 people in it that are literally all fucking unconditionally pro-trans. That's crazy, okay? You know how we got there? Because motherfuckers were yelling, and I didn't listen to them, and I kept doing what I was doing. What is happening? Taco Damn! Thank you for the 50 gifted subs. To be fair, though, it happens a lot less than it used to. It used to happen daily on Megalol. Yeah, because I purged the motherfuckers that constantly cry about that shit. Anyway, we're done. We're done. Yeah, remember? Yeah, Discord was banning people for simp. That's my mods too. We're all human, okay? We all have different takes. And sometimes we clash. But what's the number one rule in the Discord? I'm always right. Okay?